and this is just a short, I think, although, you know, I can chat shit for quite a while, is that when I talk about the wellness of the mind and body and the gut connection, everything, and changing the diet and the sugar, and people just think it's maybe about aesthetic and the gut and the brain and, you know, non-fluoride toothpaste. No, this actually affects the way that we can receive gifts, and we can tap into our knowledge at a deeper level, at a cellular level. If we're blocking the third eye chakra with the calcification from fluoride, things that there's much information online, we stop our access to our inner knowing and our connection to seeing beyond what is physically in front of us. We start to see auric fields, we start to see other messages and stuff that's hidden with the normal naked eye. I say normal, nothing is normal. But anyway, I was trying to keep this short as they go on 1 minute on the YouTube thing, but anyway, this will carry on for a little bit. The more that we put sugar in our body and bones, the heavier we are, the lighter we are. And I'm not just talking about weight, but in our body mass, body density, we can start to tap in deeper. And so that is why it is really important to have a balanced diet, to be drinking a lot of water, to flush toxins through, because any toxins that build up, anything that is building up on top of our spiritual, physical body, like we're spirit beings, then we're stopping ourselves from accessing a lot. That's why a lot of us that do turn on the paths that I can't say paths, but it is an individual path, so my path won't look like anybody else's. On our own individual path, we'll start to see how the mind, body, soul wellness practices benefit our spiritual enhancements and our spiritual gifts, you know, because they are inside of us. Our ancestors passed things on. If we go back 8 generations, we can't even fathom what type of world they lived in and we can, and we can't even fathom what they were seeing and what they were experiencing. Again, that's ecstasy as well, and magic, as well as deep pain and horrific things that people went through as well. So there is magic in our lineage. There is also darkness, so it's really important when we talk to the ancestors that we specify our loving ancestors and people that would like to gift us their knowledge and their wisdom, because we are in a place of in receiving. I am ready, you know, as Sankita mentioned, that's something that I was also started to practice a few years ago, is I'm ready to receive, especially with the divine feminine practice. I'm ready to receive. I'm not out here striving and chasing and taking. No, that is not going to be in alignment with my highest good as a divine woman, divine being. So all I'm saying is that with the diet and stuff, it's not just aesthetic, the looking thin and looking nice. No, that's a bonus. It's actually the levels that we can go into self-mastery, that we can deepen our connection to source energy. We can start to hear messages from other realms, should we choose the other side, but it's not for everybody. And because when we do that, fear just disappears. We start to realise this is simply an incarnation. Anything's energy. So I've incarnated. I chose my parents. I'm grateful for them. They've kept me alive, as I said. I've chose this body. It was, you know, hard to be in for a certain while, and also because when you are an enlightened soul and you're not from this planet, you know, being pushed into from this. I'm getting this sort of, these words were inspired by someone who's also on a deeply spiritual journey. When we try to live in a physical body as a highly advanced spiritual being, it could bring a whole crazy load of shit. And that is how we all experiment as we grow up, and this, that and the other, whether it's psychedelics and things that enhance but also destructive behaviours, and with alcohol and bits and bobs. And, you know, I'm on a path of nearly 4 years no alcohol. I'm not judging anybody else. There's other cultures, like when I visited Italy, you know, that I grew up on a much more respectful and sort of not binge drinking culture that some of the cities have that I've lived in. So, you know, you can have a glass of wine at the table when you're 13, and people respect alcohol differently. So anyway, bit of tangency, 434. It isn't only about aesthetic why we do this, why we cut out the white sugars, why we have the water. It's because we have immense gifts and psychic abilities, telepathy being a huge, so big at the minute for all of us, for friends and everything. So and play around with it. I know that I've experienced some beautiful things with friends and family and, you know, beyond. So yeah, have a go.